So, you guys seem to have liked my video checking out some budget delay options on AliExpress. If you guys are not familiarized, there's the link is going to be right here on the card box, and checking out some budget effect pedals to put up a budget shoegaze board in order to get back at gigging with my band. And I thought, well, why not record all the process and share with you guys my experience like shopping on AliExpress and with the pedals that I choose, and when they arrive, like demo them for you guys if you guys need some budget options to create some nice shoegaze sounds. Before I start, I don't know if I said that in the last video, these pedals have been recommended to me by friends that have them. I have played with some of them, but others I haven't really had an experience with them, so I checked demos online and they sounded good. I thought they sounded nice, but you know, always think about like the option that's going to suit you the best. All right, so let's start with the Pockverb by Ammoon, or Ammoon. I don't really know how to pronounce this. Okay, you can find this pedal under the brand of A Music as well. Just buy the one that's like cheaper because they're just the same pedal recased. And the thing about this pedal that attracts my attention, and I think everyone's attention, every shoegazer's attention, is the ability to have reverb and delay on the same pedal. As far as I'm concerned, you cannot use both at the same time, like you can with the Flamma Verb. I guess that's the name of that pedal. But you can switch from one to another, which I think that's still like very handy for live situations mostly, because it just takes like one space on your pedal board, and the algorithm sounds really nice. And here's the thing, the algorithms on the Ammoon Pockverb, they're from the Joyo Atmosphere, or these higher end Joyo pedals. And if I'm not wrong, I think the algorithms that you find for delay on the Pockverb are the same that you can find on the Pock Echo that we talked about in the last video, and these are from the Joyo Aquarius, which is also another like higher end Joyo pedal. So they're great algorithms, and they're like recased in a cheaper enclosure. That's the thing with these Ammoon pedals, they've got Joyo technology as far as I'm concerned, and the price is significantly cheaper, right? Next pedal on my list is the M-Wave, which previously was sold as Cuvave DIG Reverb, digital reverb. So the thing with this pedal right here is that it packs lots of algorithms, and they're not copying anything. They're original algorithms, so it's nice that you have a very cheap pedal like this with original algorithms. It's not like the previous pedal that we checked, the Ammoon Pockverb. This one here has a lo-fi algorithm, chorus, ducking reverb, flanger, tile, echo, plate, room, and hall. And here's the nice thing about this pedal. It can go full wet, and honestly, that's something that I do need. And when I heard demos of this thing online, I recommend that you do check out 60 Cycles Hum video on this. It's amazing. It can go full wet, and it sounds very lush. The whole reverb sounds fantastic. And I'm really interested to try out the flanger, the ducking, and the chorus algorithms. They seem to sound really nice. This one is a really nice option for shoegazers that need a reverb that goes full wet, because it does that, and it's packed with a very lush algorithm that honestly kind of surprised me for the price that this thing is sold. Anyway, let's go for the next option, which is the Caline Snakebite, which is sold for this price, and yeah, it's on a bigger enclosure, as you guys can see, but it's a really nice sounding reverb as well. It can also create very ambient tails if you do need that kind of thing. Myself, you guys know me, I'm a big fan of the Supernatural reverb, which is right here. This is probably my favorite ambient reverb pedal, and this one can do these kinds of things for a very small fraction of the price that these ones go for nowadays, which is a little bit absurd. They're made by Caline. I've had experience with Caline pedals before. They've never failed on me. They sound really good. So yeah, a friend of mine has this one. He really likes it. I do recommend this pedal as well. Might get it, but I don't know yet. Next one in the list is a little bit more expensive, also by Caline. This is the Wonderland Ambient Reverb Machine. The thing about this pedal is it has a wonderful design, right? But apart from that, it also has a wonderful shimmer reverb. So if you're into that kind of crowd that likes full wet reverbs, very big decay sounds that can get you to photo in the back in a very nice and weird spaceship, this is the kind of pedal that can do that, and it sounds amazing. I've played with this pedal before. Of course, the first thing that I got to test out is if it goes full wet, and the shimmer sounds really good. By the way, stay away from the Moore shimverb because the shimmer on that thing sounds really bad, okay? This one is your guy if you were looking for shimmer reverbs. You can just like put the shimmer down all the way and have like it barely being heard, it barely getting to the mix, and have like this lush modulated like tail reverb. This pedal sounds really nice. And yeah, I'm really torn not buying this. I might buy it later if I don't buy it now. It's an amazing reverb, okay? Next pedal is the Mariana reverb. So if you're not into shimmer reverbs and you want modulated reverbs to get drowned in it and get lost, you know, in these big lush modulated tails, definitely check out the Mariana reverb, also by Caline. These guys might have something into shoegaze because they have these very nice pedals that can do full wet reverbs and that sound really lush. Mariana reverb sounds really nice. Check out some demos online, you're not going to regret it. It's a very beautiful reverb and the price is also really attractive for a reverb that can perform all these things, and that sounds so good. Okay? Next reverb is the Flamma reverb, which is a smaller reverb. The thing about these last pedals that I told you guys is that they're in a big enclosure. Personally, I'm looking today for something that's in a smaller enclosure because in the last video I already bought a big delay pedal. I need a smaller pedal board, but yeah, you guys can see there are many nice options of reverbs out there for not that much money. This one is the Flamma reverb. Really small, really convenient reverb. This one is a recased, more skyverb, but in a more beautiful enclosure, if I might say, in my personal opinion. It sounds really good. I've had experience with the previous Moore pedal, and I know that it sounds really amazing. It goes full wet, okay, so if you need a reverb that goes full wet, but you don't want it to take like much space on your board, this is your guy. This might be a great option. Has a studio setting, which is more like a room reverb, a church which sounds more spacious, and a plate reverb that sounds really good. And you have a tone control so you can dial it in to fit your dirt pedals that are going to go after it. So if you need more treble content in your reverb tail, you can have that with this one, and it sounds really good. All right, honorable mentions time. Flamma FS02 reverb, amazing reverb pedal. I've played with one last week. It sounds great. As you guys can see, it's a little bit pricier, but it sounds really good, and you're going to have a very solid reverb pedal if you decide to go this route. Next mention is the Joyo Atmosphere. As we talked about, you're going to have probably more controls than you do have with the Ammoon reverb pedal that we talked about. But the thing about this one is that it looks much better, in my humble opinion, and it's in a more rugged house enclosure. So it's going to last you probably longer than the Ammoon will if you use reverb like a lot. Generally, for a shoegazer, it's a pedal that we do step on quite a lot. So yeah, it's nice to have a more rugged enclosure. Hey everyone, Editing Victor here. I forgot to tell you guys what was the pedal that I ended up buying. This is the one, the M-Wave Digital Reverb. This thing sounds really nice, but I do have some points to say about this one. So yeah, video about it very soon. Stay tuned to the channel, and that's it. You can keep watching now. That's it, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. I'm enjoying a lot doing these videos and sharing with you guys these nice budget options of pedals. I hope these videos help you out, and yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Please consider subscribing, and I hope I see you next time. Goodbye.